Welcome, fellow seekers of the mysterious and unknown. Prepare yourself for a journey into the heart of Australia's wilderness, where legends come alive and enigmatic creatures roam. I'm your host, Amy Domestico, and this is Strange History, a podcast that delves into the captivating realm of the strange. Join us as we embark on a thrilling expedition through the untamed bushlands where whispers of ancient folklore and spine-tingling encounters echo through the ages. We explore the enigma that is the Yowie, a creature steeped in myth and mystery, hiding amidst the rugged beauty in the land down under. From the remote corners of Queensland to the rugged landscapes of New South Wales, we'll dive deep into the tales of eyewitness accounts, chilling encounters, and the unexplainable phenomena that surrounds these elusive beings. Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, get ready to peel back the layers of secrecy and explore the unknown. This episode will bring you spine-tingling stories of Yowie sightings, delve into the rich tapestry of Australian folklore, and hear first-hand accounts from those who have encountered these creatures. So grab your hiking boots, charge your camera, and sharpen your sense of adventure as we embark on a quest to uncover the truth behind the Yowie legend. It's time to follow in the footprints, chase the shadows, and venture into the unexplored corners of the Australian bush. The Yowie is a legendary creature in Australian folklore, often described as a large, hairy, ape-like hominid creature that walks on two legs like us. It is said that it inhabits remote areas of the Australian bush. Similar to other legendary creatures like the Bigfoot or Yeti, the Yowie has captured the imagination of people across the country. However, it's important to note the Yowie is considered to be part of folklore and cryptozoology, and its existence has not yet been scientifically proven. Well, it depends on who you ask, actually. The origins of the Yowie legend can be traced back to the indigenous Aboriginal people who have rich oral traditions and stories about mythical beings. In Aboriginal mythology, various creatures are said to inhabit the land, and some of these tales have been associated with the Yowie. In European settler folklore, the Yowie gained prominence during the early years of the colonial Australia. The term Yowie was derived from the Aboriginal word used to describe a variety of mythical beings. As European settlers ventured into the unfamiliar and often treacherous bushland, stories of encounters with hairy ape-like creatures began to circulate. Reports of Yowie sightings and encounters started to gain attention in the 19th century. These accounts varied in description, with some describing the Yowie as a tall, hairy creature resembling a gorilla or an ape. Others depicted it as more of a human-like figure covered in hair. The Yowie was said to be elusive and shy, primarily inhabiting remote and inaccessible areas. Now, I've watched a lot of Bigfoot shows, YouTube videos, listened to countless tales of encounters with Bigfoots or Yowies or Yetis or Sasquatches or whatever you want to call them. And the one common theme is, yes, it looks like a giant ape. But its face sets it apart from an ape and looks very human. This is what causes me to pause when wondering if this creature is real. With the hundreds of thousands of people who have come forward to say, yes, I've seen this creature, let's say, for the sake of argument, 25% are delusional. Let's say another 20% were misidentification. Let's say another 10% were just hoaxed by troublemaking humans to scare the bejesus. And let's just say 45% are flat-out lying attention seekers. That leaves just 5% who actually saw this creature. So even if one out of a million liars and hoaxers saw one, that means, yes, it exists. I'm not a believer, but I'm not a disbeliever. And to me, the sheer numbers of reports tells us something is afoot or a Bigfoot. You decide. Okay, enough of my opinion. Back to the Yowie. Over the years, numerous alleged Yowie sightings have been reported across different regions of Australia. These accounts often describe the creature as leaving big footprints, making eerie vocalizations, or leaving behind traces of its presence. Cryptozoologists and enthusiasts have conducted investigations and expeditions to search for evidence of the Yowie's existence, but no conclusive scientific evidence has been found to confirm its reality. But again, like I said before, it depends on who you talk to. The Yowie continues to be a subject of interest in Australian popular culture. It's been featured in books, documentaries, and even fictional stories. Local communities in certain regions of Australia have embraced the Yowie as part of their cultural heritage, organizing festivals and events and celebrating the legend. While the Yowie remains a creature of folklore and speculation, its enduring presence in Australian culture serves as a testament to the power of myth and the fascination with the unknown. Whether real or imagined, The legend of the Yowie continues to capture the imagination of those intrigued by mysteries and the unexplored corners of the Australian bush. Let's talk about the Min Min lights. The Min Min lights are a phenomenon often associated with the Yowie legend. These mysterious lights are said to appear in remote areas of the Australian outback, particularly in Queensland. Witnesses have reported seeing glowing orbs or lights that follow or approach them only to disappear when approached. Some accounts suggest that these lights are connected to Yowie activity, and the creature being the source of the guardian of the lights. There have been numerous encounters with the Min Min lights. Let's get into some of these stories. We'll start with the Booyah encounter. Booyah is a small town in the outback of Queensland. It's well known for its association with the Min Min lights. One story revolves around a group of stockmen who were camping in the area. One night, as they sat around their campfire, they noticed a strange light in the distance. The light seemed to hover and move in an eerie manner, but they were intrigued, so they decided to investigate and followed the light for several miles. However, no matter how far they walked, the light remained just out of reach. Eventually, the light vanished, leaving the stockmen bewildered and fascinated by the experience. Next, we'll talk about the lighthouse keeper's tale. In this tale, a lighthouse keeper stationed in far north Queensland reported a strange encounter with the Min Min lights. According to his account, he was conducting his nightly duties when he noticed two glowing orbs in the distance. As he watched, the lights began to approach the lighthouse. They moved in a peculiar manner, floating above the ground and emitting an eerie glow. The lighthouse keeper was filled with a sense of unease and quickly retreated inside the safety of the lighthouse. These lights lingered for a while before disappearing into the night, leaving the lighthouse keeper puzzled and spooked by the encounter. These stories, along with numerous others, add to the enigma and allure of the Min Min lights. Witnesses describe the lights as being white or yellowish in color and appearing in different formations. They often seem to follow observers, disappear when they approach, and simply vanish into thin air. The phenomena has sparked many theories, ranging from natural atmospheric phenomena to paranormal or extraterrestrial origins. The Min Min lights continue to captivate the imagination of locals and visitors in the Australian outback. They have become part of the cultural fabric and storytelling traditions of the region, weaving their way into the rich tapestry of Australian folklore and adding to the mystique of the vast and remote Australian landscape. The Yowie itself in Australia has a multitude of stories associated with it, and let's delve into a few of these. The first we're going to discuss is the Blue Mountain encounter. In the Blue Mountains of New South Wales, there have been several spotted Yowie encounters. One notable story is that of a family who claimed to have come face to face with the Yowie while camping in the wilderness. According to their accounts, they woke up in the middle of the night to see a large hairy creature peering into their tent. Terrified, they watched as the creature slowly backed away and disappeared into the darkness. This encounter left a lasting impression on the family, who described the Yowie as an imposing and intimidating presence. I would imagine if there is a Yowie, they're probably just as curious about us as we are about them. The next story, in Gympie, Queensland, there have been reports of the Yowie sightings in the vicinity of a pyramid-shaped hill known as Gympie Pyramid, often referred to as Gympie Pyramid or Mount Boulder. Locals and visitors claim to have seen a large hairy creature lurking around the area, often described as fitting the description of a Yowie. These accounts have fueled speculation and intrigue, with some believing that Yowie may have a connection to the mysterious energy and ancient origins of the pyramid itself. It has sparked fascination and speculation among locals and visitors for many years. Legend has it that the Gympie Pyramid itself is not a natural formation, but rather an ancient structure constructed by an unknown civilization. According to the story, a local farmer was exploring the region in the late 19th century when he stumbled upon a peculiar hill with a distinct geometrical feature. The hill was pyramid-shaped, with flat terraces and stepped appearances. News of the discovery spread, and the people began to speculate about the origins and the purpose of the Gympie Pyramid. Some believed it to be an ancient ceremonial site, while others claimed it had astronomical significance. The mysterious nature of the structure fueled imaginations, leading to various theories and hypotheses. Over the years, researchers and enthusiasts have investigated the Gympie Pyramid, studying its alignment with celestial bodies and examining its geology. Some researchers suggest that it might be an example of a natural geological process that shaped the land, while others remain convinced that it exhibits deliberate human construction. The Gympie Pyramid mystery has attracted the attention of both mainstream and alternative archaeologists, with theories ranging from ancient Egyptian connections to extraterrestrial influences. Despite extensive research and speculation, the true nature of the origin of the Gympie Pyramid remain elusive, leaving the mystery unresolved. Today, the Gympie Pyramid continues to draw curious visitors and researchers who seek to uncover its secrets. It's become a local landmark and a subject of a fascination, adding to the allure and the mystique of the Gympie region. The story of the Gympie Pyramid mystery serves as a reminder that the enduring human fascination with ancient mysteries and the enigmatic remnants of the past. I'll also want to add in here that sometimes when we find things that we can't explain, like different shaped pyramids and that date back many, many years, we find it hard to believe that people in ancient civilizations had any kind of technology that they could actually pull these off. And they often blame it on aliens, which I find funny. I'm not saying there isn't aliens, but I think that we had far more technology many years ago than we actually want to admit today. But anyway, next we're going to get into the Coir experience, the Coir encounter. In the small town of Coir, Queensland, there have been several reported Yowie sightings over the years. A group of friends decided to go camping and explore the nearby bushland. One evening, as they gathered around their campfire, they noticed an eerie silence in the air. Suddenly, a low growl broke the stillness, sending chills down their spines. Startled, they grabbed their flashlights and directed the beams into the darkness surrounding their campsite. To their astonishment, the lights revealed a towering figure standing just beyond the edge of the fire's glow. The creature was described as tall, covered in hair, resembling a large bipedal ape-like being. Fear and curiosity consumed the group as they watched the creature intently. The Yowie, as they believed it to be, stood motionless for a moment before emitting another guttural growl. Sensing danger, the group retreated back towards their tent, keeping their eyes fixed on the creature. As the night wore on, the campers reported strange sounds and movement coming from the nearby bushes. The Yowie appeared to be circling their campsite, observing them from a distance. Despite their fear, the group was intrigued and amazed by the encounter and the elusive creature. As the first light of dawn broke, the Yowie vanished into the depths of the bush, leaving the campers in awe of what they had experienced. They packed up their belongings, sharing their story with others in the town of Coir and generating further interest in the legend of the Yowie. The Coir encounter, of course, has become part of local folklore, one of the many reported sightings that contribute to the ongoing fascination with the Yowie and its existence in the vast and untamed Australian wilderness. Next, we have the Blue Mountain Hunter. In a rugged wilderness of the Blue Mountains, there have been stories of the Yowie that interacts with hunters. One account tells the story of a hunter who claims to have an encounter with a Yowie while tracking game. Startled by a loud rustling in the bushes, the hunter looked up to see a towering, hairy creature staring back at him. The Yowie allegedly let out a deep growl before retreating into the dense undergrowth. The hunter was left in awe of the encounter, describing the Yowie as an incredibly powerful and imposing presence. Next, we have the Barrington Tops mystery. The Barrington Tops National Park in New South Wales is known for its dense rainforests and remote wilderness. It also has a reputation for a hot spot for Yowie activity. Numerous reports have emerged from hikers and campers who claim to have encountered a Yowie in the park. These encounters often involve sightings of large, hairy creatures observing from a distance or leaving behind large footprints and other signs of its presence. The mysterious and eerie atmosphere of the Barrington Tops adds to the intrigue and fascination surrounding the Yowie in this region. In the late 19th century, a group of pioneers ventured into the depths of the Barrington Tops wilderness in search of grazing land for their cattle. As they made their way through the thick forest, they stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A hidden valley filled with lush greenlands and flowing streams. The valley appeared to be untouched and almost otherworldly in its beauty. Curious, the pioneers decided to investigate further. They set up camp and began exploring the valley, marveling at its abundance of wildlife and pristine surroundings. The pioneers were captivated by the place and saw it as an opportunity for prosperous grazing. However, as days turned to weeks, something strange began to unfold. Cattle would mysteriously disappear, seemingly vanish without a trace. The pioneers, perplexed and fearful, couldn't explain the strange occurrences. Whispers of supernatural forces and otherworldly beings began to circulate among the group. One fateful night, as they huddled around the campfire, they noticed a faint glow emanating from the forest. The glow grew brighter and took the shape of ethereal beings moving through the trees. These features were described as tall, luminous beings with otherworldly presence. The pioneers watched in awe and trepidation, unsure of the nature of these mysterious entities. The following morning, the pioneers decided it was best to leave the valley. I don't blame them, honestly. They were fearing that it was inhabited by supernatural forces beyond their understanding. They packed their belongings and retreated from the Barrington Tops, leaving behind the enigmatic valley and their unanswered questions it posed. Over the years, the story of the Barrington Top mystery has been passed down through the generations, adding to the allure and the mystique of the region. Some speculate that the valley is a gateway to another realm or inhabited by otherworldly beings. Others attribute the mysterious occurrences to natural phenomenon or the power of the human imagination. Whether the story is based on real events, embellished folklore, or pure imagination, the Barrington Tops mystery continues to capture the imagination of those who venture into the depths of the Barrington Tops National Park, adding to the air of intrigue and mystery that surrounds its captivating wilderness. These stories, like many others surrounding the Yowie, contribute to the mystique and intrigue of this legendary creature. While the existence of the Yowie remains a subject of debate and skepticism, these tales continue to grow and continue to be passed down, and the mystery of the Australian wilderness continues to draw people in to see what actually is going on there. So until next time, fellow adventurers, remember to keep your eyes open and your ears tuned and your hearts ready for the astonishing world of strange history. This has been another episode of Strange History. If you like this podcast, please subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to your favorite podcast these days. This episode has been produced by Dead to Me Productions. Thanks, Darkcast Network, and thank you, Spreaker, for being the most amazing podcast host ever. Peace out.
Yay!